Good afternoon. My name is Paul Moraff. I'm the Northeast Sales Representative for MCG Electronics based in Deer Park, Long Island, New York, manufacturer of high-end surge protection. Today I want to introduce you to the XT series of surge protectors, which is designed for large service entry applications. This particular unit is 400,000 amps per phase of surge handling capability. This is the 402 XT. There are 7 power modules in here, 6 phase modules, 1 dedicated neutral to ground module. Every surge path to ground, and there are again 10 per phase, is individually fused and thermally protected. If anything were to get damaged, if a sacrificial element were to get damaged inside this unit, it would show up on the indication. You would get an alarm. There is an alarm horn, silent switch, event counter, time and date of the last event. You would show, if something gets damaged, you would show reduction in protection on this bar graph in front. And exactly where that is, it pinpoints exactly where the problem is. These modules being field replaceable and come with lifetime warranty. The whole box is 20 years. Lifetime warranty on the modules. You just pull out the disconnect. It's not a fuse disconnect. It's a section of slug and clamp bus bar. You remove this. There's no measurable impedance added from this. Remove this, replace what you need to, plug that back in, close the door. Your unit is back online. You lose protection on, you get diminished protection on that phase for the time it takes you to replace that module, which is a matter of seconds. And you're back online. And again, 20 years on the whole box, lifetime on the modules and fuses. Event counter, silent switch, alarm horn, Form C dry contacts, and all the monitoring you need to find out exactly what this is doing. This handles 400,000 amps per phase. Keep in mind again, the larger the service, the less impedance there is to a surge. You want as much surge protection as possible on the large utility entrance. And this way, if you do get some diminished protection on a phase, you still have plenty of capacity for future events. So if you're in the middle of a storm and you get some damage on this, you don't lose all your protection like you would in a non-redundant unit. You still have plenty of protection available. Now, we mentioned damage to a sacrificial element, and not to say that this thing gets damaged because it's supposed to be the battleship of surge protection. But all surge protectors, by nature of how they're designed and what they are intended to do, have sacrificial elements that are designed to take the hit and to get damaged in the event of a large transient. Now, with something that's this kind of capability, the likelihood of that happening is very remote. However, when you design a system, you don't design a system that's never going to fail. You design a system for if you have a failure, a component failure, do you survive the event, and which is mean time to fail. MTTF is a buzzword in the electronics industry, the electrical industry. And mean time to fail means that the likelihood of this failing is remote, and it is. The other buzzword is MTTR, or mean time to repair. How long does it take you to get back online with 100% protection? And in this case, as shown earlier, it's pretty much a few seconds. It's certainly less than a minute. So when we're talking about damage, we're talking about designing a system that can allow for something happening that will damage a sacrificial component, which is designed to do, and survive the event, provide protection, and get back to 100% capacity in a very short period of time. All right, finally, I want to talk about the type of enclosure that's standard with this unit. This happens to be a NEMA 4 steel enclosure with stainless steel dogs. There are 2 here, 3 over here, 2 on the bottom that keep the door closed. NEMA 4 meaning you can put it out in the heavy weather and it will survive. It's powder coated steel. And that's the standard enclosure with the XT, the 202 XT and the 402 XT. Finally, the Micro Z cable. Now this is a very special device that kind of sets us apart from pretty much anything else out there. Micro Z, Z is impedance, and micro is small, so it's a small impedance cable. Now when you're installing surge protection, the cable length is everything. If you have too much cable length, the surge protector is not going to see that much of a surge. Keep in mind, the unit has to be a path of least resistance to ground. That's what a surge protector does. This is the path of least resistance to ground. MOVs turn on in nanoseconds to divert current. If you use too much wire, then your path of least resistance aspect of this goes away. So the Micro Z cable has roughly 1/3 of the voltage drop compared to normal wiring. And it's a special geometry that is magnetic cancellation, and it allows the unit to scoop up more of the surge than if you were using standard wiring. And the Micro Z cable comes with all of the XT units, all of the 120M, 160M units, and the 160M XT also. This is a standard item with this particular unit, and again, it just allows it to pick up so much more of that surge and keep it away from your sensitive equipment. Thank you.